Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this new figure unboxing and review we're going to be looking at the Legacy Wreck and Roll Collection Impactor figure. That's right, we're just going to focus on Impactor only for this video, and Spindle will be uploaded separately. So what we're going to do with this video, we're going to have a detailed look at him in both of his modes to help you decide how you want to display him. You can see there it's going to take 19 steps to transform him to and from. We're going to do some comparisons with him and some other Impactor figures that have been released in the Generations toy lines. And although this isn't the Spindle video, we will of course do some shots and some images, and in fact build him up combined with Spindle just to see how good he looks. So before we cut this box open, we've definitely got to have a look at it because it's simply stunning. And again, I think they've not outdone themselves, but I think it's just a great idea. It just makes, I suppose, these special edition things that little bit better. Beautiful artwork there. We obviously now know this builds up into one puzzle. We've got the Legacy artwork there on the one side with pretty much wave one there, and we've got more of Legacy on that side, and again with pretty much wave one. Now I'm imagining the Impactor's on this side, so he's going to be on this side. So let's have a look. And I also have to thank Hasbro Pulse because that's where I ordered this from, and as you can see they got it out to me nice and safely. Yep, I am correct. Here he is. This is Impactor on this side. Slightly different colour because obviously this is the Marvel comic adaptation of him, and I need to be careful that all the accessories are in there. So what I need to do then is set him free from here and come right back to you. Okay, so I've set him free from his packaging and let's do some first impressions. And it's crazy that this I suppose mould, Impactor mould, was first seen in Siege, and we're already on the 4th version of this already. But it's great, and what a great character, and it does look good. I mean, I've just got a soft spot for Impactor, of course, from the comics. First impressions though, head sculpt is great. It will spin all the way around, it will bob up and down ever so slightly, shoulders round to the side, all the way around, bicep flexion. The wrists don't spin around, they do move slightly, but that is just for transformation purposes. We have a waist, well, it's more of a top chest sort of swivel in all honesty. Hips, side on ratchets, you can hear front, back, knee bend, ankle tilt and rock, just pretty much everything you'd expect from a new figure, and indeed from this mold. Now the color scheme again is great. We've got a lovely use of the silver and then a darker gray, so they are two completely different, well, not completely different, but they are two different colors. Hopefully the light will show you that, even though it's reflecting off it. Same as the purples, these are different as well. They're not all the same purple colors all the way around it. There's just a slight difference in it. And yeah, I think it looks so good. There, of course, treads for when he's in the alternate mode. There's a couple of tiny little gaps there on the back, which to be honest aren't that bad because again you're not really going to see it. And this is of course going to be attaching his accessories to, but overall he looks great. What we need to do then now is have a detailed look at him in his alternate mode, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so here he is in his alternate mode. Quick apologies, no transformation process on this video. A couple of reasons for that. One, to keep the main length of the video down, so it will be separately uploaded in its own video. And two is not to spoil it for people who don't want it spoiling for themselves. Again, this is a new figure to some people, and they might want to experience that first transformation process for themselves. However, I have had to put one of the accessories there, which you can see, because that is part of how you transform it. We can now take the other accessories here, pop this in, fold this over like so, and then take the smaller accessory, and it is supposed to go there. But to be honest, there's an abundance of 5mm ports all around here where you can attach everything. Now unfortunately the treads do not move around. You can hear the wheels underneath going around, but the treads themselves will not move around. Now I suppose if you wanted to with this, and again you do have a fossilizer, so you could start to attach pieces to it, but to be fair, with the bits of the fossilizer which you could attach, it wouldn't actually look that great because most of the fossilizers things are like clubs, etc. So you're needing to look, I suppose, for firepower if you want to attach some firepower to it. Funnily enough, just at hand I've got the Springer, both of them in fact, both Springers. So what I can do here is, of course, that's the Wrecker version of the twin gun. and then this is the original version of the twin gun. But again, it's up to you. You can get loads of accessories, you can put them wherever you want, blast effects, battle masters, etc, etc, and that's what makes, again, these super fun. The alternate mode itself, I think, looks really good. Even though this is the accessory you've just popped in, it can still move up and down. There's still, yep, you can still rotate this all the way around. You can see there, though, that's obviously his legs underneath, but it's not too bad. They're pretty much tucked away. These are all tucked in nicely, and yeah, it's this has just come loose from doing that, but that's probably just because it's a new toy rather than anything else. But as you can see, alternate mode, I think, looks great. So what we're going to do then, we're going to come back for the final time with him in his robot mode, do some comparisons with other Impactors, some more of the same toy line, and then the final part will be combining him with Spindle. Okay, back for the final time with him in his robot mode, and a couple of reasons. One, of course, to do all the comparisons, and the main one is because this is the mode that I'm going to be choosing to displaying him in. And for some reason, I didn't point out this, the Autobot stroke Wrecker logo there in the front as well. And it really is lovely. It's reflecting fantastic, exactly the same as the Springer one did, in pretty much the same colour, in honesty. Now, one thing to show you before we show you the accessories at the front is if you do want to keep hold of them, i.e. keep them all out of the box, but perhaps not have them on display with him, you can put these in the holes at the back, and indeed you can have him out and not have to worry about losing all the accessories because they are stored neatly at the back. However, if you want to use them for display, again, the possibilities are, there's just numerous. There's so many. You can put the main blaster in his hand like so, you can put the little blaster on his shoulder. There's loads of things you can do. Most of the pictures though will see you just putting him with one in each, and again, I just think he looks stunning. I'm going to do a comparison first and foremost. Now this one's probably the oddest and it's a little bit irrelevant, but this is his first ever figure made of him. This is the Fall of Cybertron version of him, so it's a completely different mold, and to be honest, as you can tell, it doesn't really look like him. But the interesting thing is, if you check out the Wrecker logo on it, there you go, it's the same on this. And crazily now, Fall of Cybertron is 10 years old as well, which is just as mental even saying that out loud. So there's one of the comparisons. Right, so now we've got the standard Siege Impactor, which is there. In fact, which way do I need to do this? I need to do the other way, so I need to move him over this side. So there's standard Siege Impactor, and then here's Netflix Impactor. So again, all same molds. This is what you're looking at though. This is the difference there. This is based on his comic book appearance. This chest obviously is, I suppose, obviously on the Siege cartoon appearance, and you can see that they've all got a difference in colour. But there is actually another one. Unfortunately, I don't have him loose, and let's hope there's not too much of a glare. But there's another one in there, and that's pretty much the same as this guy, but with different paint apps on the knees and a different head sculpt. And this is the IDW incarnation of him. So as I say, since he came out in the Siege toy lineup, which wasn't that long ago, we've got 4 uses of the molds. We've got different head, different chest, and different colours. And yeah, I think they're going to get away with it because they're so different. They look so different, and again, they've managed to, I suppose, pigeonhole pretty much all of the market in the fact that if you like the IDW version, you can get an IDW version. If you like the comic book version, you can get the comic book version, and so on and so on. So I think, as I say, it looks good, and yeah, impressed with him. The only other one that I've got at hand, I think, of the Wreckers at the moment is Springer. I've got the rest, but I don't think they're at hand. No, can't see them, but I can. Oh no, that's a fib. Here is, of course, Camo Bulkhead, so you can see how well he fares. To be honest, of course, these two are Voyager class size figures, and he's not that far off it, let's be honest. Yeah, they're a bit bulkier and a bit more thick set, but he's a great deluxe figure. Right, okay. What we're going to do then, I'm going to just quickly move these, create a little bit of space, and we're going to attach him to Spindle. Okay then, so here we go. What we're going to do, we are going to combine these guys up, and although the videos we've been watching is just based on the one figure, this is the best part about it. I've loved both figures. I think they're both great, and I think they could both sell individually in their own right. But this is a twin pack, and this is, I suppose, where the fun really starts. So what we can do is combine them. And again, the fossilizers have completely bowled me over at the moment. So what we've got, and I'm just going by the instructions here, and of course there are loads of other fan-made modes, which in honesty I'm going to try and attempt to do when I get a bit more time. But what we've got first and foremost is the large part, which is going to come over his back. So you can see this is pretty much Spindle's legs and bottom part of the torso. We've got a little adapter there, so let's spin this round. There is a hole at the back, and I wonder if it's going to fit. It's going to fit. It's going to be a bit tight because remember, these are new toys and they're not really that well played with. Right, that's probably going to counterbalance him for now. So what I'm going to need to do is I'll rest him against the box, even though we'll probably knock it over. And then this is the giant club, which has been made up pretty much of Spindle's spine, neck, right up into the head. And then this is going to be, again, a giant, ridiculous. Just looking at it is insane. I've just knocked the camera trying to reach around because these are so big. Right, that's counterbalanced it perfectly. Let's move the box out of the way so you can see. There you go. We've also got the neck, head and jawbone, which again is going to be another club, like so. Let's pop that in there. And then we've got the face part or bottom of the dinosaur part. This is going to be a mini shield up on there, which, wow, it just looks ace. It just looks ace. Who thought of these? Who thought of doing these ridiculous things? The color schemes just make it work. It really does make it pop. And as I say, if you wanted to, before he falls over, we've still got his normal weapons. So let's pop this tiny one here on the side. Let's bring this over. And again, if we wanted to, we can pop this in the forearm there as well, or move the shield and try and do something else. And again, you can just keep adding things to it. And I've managed to get that to balance even on carpet. Absolutely stunning. Just again, crazy ideas. Great 2-pack, great colour scheme, great concept. Cannot wait for wave 2. There's got to be a wave 2. Let me know what you think. Have you already ordered yours? Have you already got yours? And are you a fan of the fossilizers as well? Because initially I 100% wasn't, and I've ended up going back and buying them all. Let me know what you think, guys. Take care. Thanks for watching. Like and comment, and don't forget to subscribe.